Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have polishes from Hella Handmade Creations for the month of November to share with you all.
Show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet.
If you haven't heard of what Hella Handmade Creations is, it's a monthly collab between indie makers. They come together every month and they create limited edition items. A lot of people know it for their nail polish, but there's all sorts of other items on there as well. Anything handmade, if you want to think about it like that. These items can be capped, meaning that only a certain amount are created, and once they sell out, that is usually it. You cannot get your hands on them anymore. There is a section on Hella Handmade that is like an over pour. I always forget the actual name of that section, but usually you can find some items in there that you may have missed out on previous months or the month before, if there's any like over pour. Now, similar to Polish Pickup, Hella Handmade Creations also functions on a common theme, but the makers have their choice in Hella Handmade Creations to come up with their own theme, and it goes along for about 5 or 6 months, between 4 to 6 months. This is a pre-order, so Hella Handmade Creations always opens the 14th of every month and closes the 21st, and then you'll get your order after shop closes in about 3 or 4 weeks from that time. As always, I have a lot to share, so let's get into it. First up, we have 1422 Designs, and this is Crackers Give Me Gas, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 100 bottles. They are continuing their Endangered Species series with this polish, which is inspired by the yellow-naped Amazon parrot. It's a cool neon polish with a yellow-green shifting large particle shimmer and holographic flakies. I was really happy when I saw this one, just because it's not like your typical polish color for the winter time. I love it for a nice pop of color in the winter if you like to wear darker or vampier shades. I went in for 2 coats. I think long or short nails, honestly 2 to 3 will work best for you. I can see longer nails needing that 3rd coat, but look at that large particle shimmer. Everything is just so seamlessly blending in with this base color. We get the twinkle and the hints of sparkle from the holographic flakies in here. You can see as I move my hand around that the holographic flakies are just catching the light, and the large particle shimmer is just glowing from within. This is such a beautiful polish. The formula was fantastic to work with. I think a lot of you are going to really love this one. Pictured are 2 coats of 1422 Designs Crackers Give Me Gas with a glossy top coat. 1422 Designs is also bringing us a lip balm, and this one is priced at $6. It is a cap of 50 tubes. You get 0.18 ounces in a tube, or 5.1 grams. This is called I'll Probably Outlive You. It is flavored in like a bubblegum sort of scent. You have castor oil, shea butter, beeswax, vitamin E oil, and flavored oil in here. I've been using this all of the time, especially now in New England. The weather is getting really cold, and I wanted to really test out this lip balm. Right here, this is me just opening it, showing you guys how it comes out in the tube. I swatched it on my hand just so you can sort of see like what the consistency is like. So it's very creamy, not thick, not too thin, and I've been really loving it for the colder months here in New England. And the scent isn't super strong. I think it's really nice. BCB Lacquers is bringing us You Have to Grab Your Own Happiness, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 300 bottles, and they are continuing their fairy tale series inspired by Lucy Heartfilia. This one is a cornflower blue crelly with pink, purple, blue glass flakes, gold orange glass flakes, and black metallic flakies, so filled with flaky goodness. I went in for 2 coats on my shorties. You're going to see in the video my nails may vary in length just depending on when I received the polish and when I swatched it, but on my shorties here 2 coats was fine. I'm gonna recommend 2 to 3 coats for everybody, because this has so many flakies in the polish. You're gonna want to be mindful and probably do 3 thin coats. I just like to work in thicker coats, and 2 was perfectly fine for me. But loving the shade of blue. It has like a drop of purple in there. The flakies are absolutely stunning. They distribute evenly on the nail. Everything lays flat. We get like this pretty array of color on the nail, but it's not like overbearing. Like we're not seeing all the colors of the rainbow, but just enough to give it a nice little pop of color within this already pop of color polish. Really enjoyed this one. This one was beautiful. BCB Lacquers has also been killing it with polishes. Pictured are 2 coats of BCB Lacquers. You have to grab your own happiness with a glossy top coat. BCB Lacquers is also bringing us a Hurricane Charity Polish. This one is called We're All in This Together, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 300 bottles. And BCB Lacquers will be donating $2 of every bottle to the ASPCA, and I'll link that website down below. But this one is a plum base with pink, orange, gold, green shifting shimmer and hollow. And oh my goodness, guys, is this polish just absolutely stunning. The hollow is chock full in there. It gives it this nice like icy effect, which I personally love. There's a polish, now I forget the name, from Bluebird Lacquer that has that sort of icier look because we have so much hollow in there, and I absolutely love it. And this one reminds me of that polish. They're totally 2 different colors, but just the finish, formula perfection. 2 coats. I'm going to recommend 2 for everybody. And the beautiful shifts, we are getting pink. We see a little bit of orange right towards like the middle of the nail, maybe at extreme angles as well. And the green is not so like prominent, but we get like hints of green, like there's a drop of green in there when the nail is, when your hands are moving around. But love this shade. This is gonna be beautiful for Valentine's Day and for the winter time if you decide to pick it up. Pictured are 2 coats of BCB Lacquers. We're all in this together with a glossy top coat. Cracked Polish is bringing us a Hurricane Charity Polish. This one and the previous polish we saw from BCB is all to raise money for Hurricane Milton. This one, $3 of every bottle is going to go to Save the Children, and I'll leave that website linked down below so you guys can check it out if you like. This one is called Uplift. It's priced at $13, and there's a cap of 200 if I didn't say that already, and it's described as a dark shimmery pink. Such a simple explanation for such a beautiful polish. Now, I decided to go in for a 3rd coat just because some of my other nails looked like they just needed that extra coverage. So I'm going to recommend 2 to 3 for everybody. But I honestly really enjoyed that 3rd coat. I felt like it just deepened up that base even more, and it really got it to that dark shimmery pink that we read in the description. The shimmer in here is stunning. This is like a holiday polish. Now, I know when you think of holidays, you think of like reds and greens and stuff, but I think because of all of this shimmer and all the sparkle, it just shimmers and glimmers so effortlessly and has this beautiful shift. I see orange, some light pink, some like magenta. It's just so mysterious, but still very pretty, and something that I can see myself wearing now for the holidays, for Valentine's Day, and honestly even for the summertime, because even though it's on the darker end, I still feel like there's some brightness in there. I think it's because of all of that pretty shimmer. Pictured are 3 coats of Cracked Polish, Uplift with a glossy top coat. Cracked Polish is also bringing us another polish, and this is within their theme. This one is called Tulgi Wood. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But it's priced at $13, and there's a cap of 500 bottles, and they are continuing their Down the Indie Rabbit Hole series, which I feel like everybody can relate to that series, right? And specifically for this polish, this one embodies the magic of what the indie world is. It's described as a rich moss green flecked with delicate green shimmers. It is another beautiful polish from Cracked. Love how, do you guys hear my cat? He's just like hiding. I'm sitting on my bed and he's hiding amongst the pillows. But I feel like Cracked Polish has been doing an amazing job when it's coming to all of these different finishes. I know we've known Cracked Polish for their lovely, beautiful creams and crellies, and Monique has just been killing it as well with all of these glorious finishes. I'm going to recommend 2 to 3 coats for everybody. Look at that depth, guys. Look at that. I see some gold shimmer in there. The dark shifts are just so captivating. This is a beautiful, beautiful winter polish, beautiful Christmas polish. You're really going to enjoy this one if you decide to pick it up. Pictured are 2 coats of Cracked Polish, Tulgi Wood with a glossy top coat. Here we have by Dany Vianna, and this is Dark Haru. I think I'm saying that right. Dark Haru. It is a solar polish. I didn't realize when I was swatching it, but I will show you later, because I was able to capture it in the sun. So this one's priced at $14, and there's a cap of 100 bottles. They are continuing their Fruits Basket series. This one is a white to black when it's in solar, right? So it's white right now, and then it'll turn to a black color. And it has black and white irregular glitters. I really enjoyed this one. I love black flakies. I love like a composition sort of vibe on the nails. I feel like I'm going back to like my older loves from when I first got into indie polish. I was really obsessed with a lot of Crelly polishes, and this one is just reminding me so much of when I, started purchasing from all of these amazing indie brands. What I really like about this polish is that you have this white base, but you're still able to see those white glitters, right? And it doesn't look weird. It doesn't make the polish look like lumpy or funky or anything like that. It looks really nice. I think it looks really nice. Now I went in for 2 coats. I'm going to recommend 2 to 3 for everybody, if I didn't say that already. But pictured are 2 coats of by Dany Vianna, Dark Haru with a glossy top coat. By Dany Vianna is also bringing us another polish. This one is called Year of the Ox, priced at $14, and there's a cap of 100 bottles. They are, again, in the theme of the Fruits Baskets. This one is a sheer purple base with green to cyan iridescent flakes. This one, again, another beautiful polish from by Dany Vianna. It gives us these lovely ethereal vibes. I went in for 3 coats. I think if you want a more full opaque look, you're going to do 3 coats, but still keeping in mind that you may see some of your nail bed. Now these flakies are large and in charge, so you see what I mean, how it's still, you can still sort of see my nail bed, but it's just this really glorious, like iridescent ethereal vibe. Those flakies are stunning, guys. We see green, we see blue, we see a little bit of purple, indigo. This would probably look amazing if you topped it over a polish, which unfortunately I didn't get a chance to show you guys, but trust me, I know it's probably going to look amazing. Pictured are 2 coats of by Dany Vianna, Year of the Ox with a glossy top coat. Alright guys, so here we have both of the by Dany Vianna polishes. Dark Haru, you can already see it transitioning to this really lovely like cement gray. Eventually it will turn to a black shade, but the sun wasn't as strong when I was filming this. And then I just wanted to show off Year of the Ox on the nails just so you can see how beautiful it is in the sun. But love how we can get a transition with Dark Haru from like a pure like white to a gray to then an extreme black shade. Definitely a fun polish. Next up is Jen and Berries, and this is called There Was a Button, I Pushed It. Priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 500 bottles. They are continuing The Expanse series, and this one's inspired by James Holden. This one is described as an ocean blue jelly base with intense red, copper, gold, green at extreme angles, and shifting shimmer and holographic flakies. Now, I did go in for 3 coats. I just thought that it would just pull everything together and really deepen up that base. I felt like I needed it, so I'm going to recommend 3 coats for everybody. And you can see on that on that 3rd coat, just we get more intense shifting shimmer. I love how the red, copper, and gold all blend in together and gives us this sort of like pink glow on the nails, but then you can see these shifts separately. You definitely get the glimpses of green at extreme angles. I definitely saw that just a little while ago. But then we see the copper, right? We see the gold and we see the red. I just really love how they all come together and just gives us this beautiful glow. You know, I'm already a fan of holographic flakies, so you throw that in a polish and I'm going to be obsessed with it. This one has this nice, like, I don't want to say unicorn. It's not unicorn vibes. It is in a sense, at least to me, because I feel like all these colors just blend in so seamlessly together, and there's some, brightness against this darker base. It's just a very, very pretty polish, and I definitely want to wear it as a manicure in the future. Pictured are 3 coats of Gin and Berries. There was a button. I pushed it with the glossy top coats. Nailed It is bringing us Inferno, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 300 bottles. They are continuing their Pokemon series, and this one is inspired by, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going to do this name shame. Chandelure. Did I say that right, guys? I'll put it on the screen. But this one is a purple base with purple blue crystal flakes, gold green crystal flakies, and black metallic flakies. I went in for 3 coats. This is like borderline a flaky bomb. It does have a purple base that is mostly on the clearer end, so the flakies really are the big component in this polish and are really helping build up the color that you see on my nails. I'm going to recommend 3 coats for everybody. Unless you like more of a sparse look on the nails, then I'd say 2 coats. Working in thin coats is going to be best for you because this is chock full of flakies and things can get really gloopy very quickly. Probably using a glitter smoother and then a glossy top coat over it just to get the most plump, juicy look. I love the sprinkling of the black flakies against these lighter shades. It just gives it a nice little edgy look, but still making it look very delicate. Pictured are 3 coats of Nailed It Inferno with a glossy top coat. Here we have Owl Lacquer, and this is My Ass on Fire, Be Honest, priced at $13, and there's no cap. They are continuing their Bob's Burgers series. This one is described as a red jelly filled with glowy crystal flakes that shift indigo, violet, red, copper, and it has red metallic micro flakies. This one was definitely a glowy polish. You can see on that second coat, it's really building up that pretty red jelly base. I decided to go in for a 3rd coat just to sort of plump everything up and really get a nice full coverage look. Even though this is a jelly, on my shorter nails I was able to achieve full opacity. I'm going to recommend 3 coats for everybody so that you get, what you see in the bottle on your nails. We still get that nice plump juicy look because of the jelly finish. The glow that we're seeing, I see the indigo and the violet for sure. The red metallic micro flakies are tiny, but we get glimpses here and there. And even though the bases are similar, you still get the dimension from those flakies. So beautiful glowy polish, perfect for Valentine's Day or the summertime, or honestly, if you just want something bright and fun for like date night, you're gonna really enjoy this. Pictured are 3 coats of Owl Lacquer is My Ass on Fire, Be Honest, with a glossy top coat. Pahlish is bringing us a Hurricane Charity polish. This one is called Sailor Saturn, priced at $14, and there is no cap. And $2 of every bottle sold will be going to Mountain Ways. I will leave that link down below for the website. This one is a pale lilac grayish packed with electric blue microflake shimmer. Oof, can you see the glow? Can you see that electric shimmer just like peeking on through? It's not even peeking, it's like screaming. Now I decided to go in for 3 coats. This is a lighter shade and I really wanted to build up that base and really get the most of the polish, and really try to make it as opaque as I can, and I got it to be opaque. So I'm going to recommend 3 coats for everybody. Longer nails, you may see a little bit of nail line. It is on the thicker side, not thicker in a sense where like the formula is really thick, but just that it's not it's a more creamier, that's what I should say. It's definitely a more creamier polish. So you may, depending on how prominent your nail line is, you may not see anything, but you may see a little bit. I think on the website I saw people with longer nails and I didn't see any nail line on them, so you may be lucky. But I love the glow that this is giving off. I'm starting to get obsessed with that electric blue shimmer. I just feel like anything that has electric blue shimmer, it's just like an automatic, like just wow. It just dazzles and just takes my breath away. Pahlish does an amazing job when it comes to glowy polishes. If you want something glowy, Pahlish is going to be your brand. Pictured are 3 coats of polish Sailor Saturn with a glossy top coat. And then Pahlish has their series polish. This one is called Sailor Pluto, priced at $14. And there is a no cap, and they are continuing their Sailor Moon series. And this one's inspired by Sailor Pluto. It's a deep evergreen jelly packed with red, pink, copper, green shifting flakies. Wait till you just see the finish end, guys, because it just keeps getting better. On that second coat, we see the base building up, so you're starting to get, instead of seeing more of like a lighter green, you're really starting to see that deep green base color, more so like a brownish shade. I decided to go in for a third coat, and look at that finished look. Ignore my brush. I know you probably saw it and it was probably like, what is going on? When I put my brush back in the bottle, in between coats, I let it just sit like half, I don't know, I just didn't put it in right. So the brush got all messed up. So your brush won't look like that. I was just not being careful. But look at this finished look, guys. We get all the beautiful swampy, like grungy shifts. We see green, we see like an olivey shade, we get pink and red. This is like a Pruggly lover's dream. The flakies are so pretty. They definitely change the base color, in my opinion. I know it's described as a deep evergreen, but because we have all of these different colored flakies, I feel like the base is giving off like a nice, like dark chocolate sort of look. Really enjoyed this one. Pictured our 3 coats of Pahlish Sailor Pluto with a glossy top coat. Alright guys, this is Penelope Luz. This is Hathor. I lost the footage of the bottle shot in the first swatch, but you guys saw that first swatch right there. I looked everywhere and I couldn't, and I'm late getting this out, so I just wanted to show it off to you guys. But I got full opacity in 2 coats. Let me backtrack a little bit. This is Penelope Luz. This is Hathor, priced at $13. There's a cap of 200, and they are continuing their Goddesses of Mythology series. This one is a dark, deep purple. This is so pretty. I get subtle shifts of red. You can see along the perimeters of my nails. The formula, every time I swatch a Penelope Luz polish, I just get more and more impressed. Like, it just glides on so easily. Everything is so smooth, and most of the time I get opacity in 2 coats. Really enjoyed this one. I think, again, another glorious winter polish, and then it's going to lead you right into Valentine's Day as well. So here we're looking at 2 coats of Penelope Luz Hathor with a glossy top coat. Penelope Luz is also bringing us a Mother of Goddess. This one's priced at $12, and there's a cap of 200 bottles. Now, I use this as a topper, and I used it over the first polish from Penelope Luz. But Mother Goddess is a pink, orange, gold, green, multi-chrome polish. Now, look at how beautiful the finish looks on this darker purple base. We automatically get glorious shifts on the nails. We get the addition of some, it looks like almost gold flecks. We can see green, olive, yellow, copper shifts. All of it is just so pretty. Now, I'm going to recommend everybody experiment with their polishes, because I would never think, let me top this polish over something dark, or just as a topper in general. And then look at the outcome that we get. So pretty. So here we have Penelope Luz Mother Goddess topped over Penelope Luz Hathor. Now I'm going to show you it over a black swatch stick. So this is Mother Goddess. Look at that, guys. Those those gold flakes or flecks, whatever they are, they're so beautiful. Now, I know sometimes with shifty polishes, it's hard to tell looking dead on, but you can already see the shifts happening right here. So pretty. And this is Mother Goddess just swatched regularly over my nail. So here's that 1 coat. You can see it definitely has like topper capabilities, and it is more on the sheer side. On that second coat, we get more coverage. Now I'm just going to show it in 2 coats just for reference for you guys, but it is such a versatile polish. You can literally do so many different things. Now we are moving on to a Rogue. And this one is a Peter Pan, priced at $12.50, and there is no cap. And they are continuing their Peter Pan series, and of course, it's inspired by Peter Pan himself. This is a blend of green and teal hollow glitters and a classic green base. Now, I ended up doing 3 coats because this is like a glitter bomb. It's funny because we're used to seeing Rogue Lacquer and their flaky bombs, but now this is glitter, and I'm so for it. I love the hollow. It's just illuminating from this space. These sorts of greens just always captivate my heart. I love that, like, in between primary green / like bright clover Kelly green, I always think they just look so good. I can literally have so many different shades of like Kelly green, and I'm completely happy with that because I just love that color. I love that shade. But the addition of the hollow glitters in here is just wonderful. Now I'm going to recommend 3 coats for everybody, just so you can get a fuller cut, like a full, more opaque look on the nails, because this is just straight up teal hollow glitters. And you know, if you want a more sparse look, then sure, go ahead. But I think it's going to look best when you build it up and get a more full coverage look. This is going to look so beautiful on, like, in the sun. It so is. Pictured are 3 coats of Rogue Lacquer Peter Pan with the glossy top coats. Victorian Varnish is bringing us Ambivalence, priced at $14, and there is a cap of 300 bottles. They are starting a new series, Gothic Windows. That's the inspiration. And the first polish is inspired by being ambivalent about fall weather. This one has a deepened base with an intense multi-chrome shifting from purple, pink, red, orange, gold, bronze, green, and blue at extreme angles with a hint of large particle purple to pink iridescent shimmer. Now that is a lot, guys, okay? The description is like a paragraph, but let me tell you, Victorian Varnish, when they list descriptions, you are going to see everything that is listed in that description. We get this beautiful, definitely intense, deep base, right? And the shifts, we can see it. We can see the bronze, we can see the green, we can see the red and the orange. Look at this in the sun, how it just sparkles because we have the large particle shimmer. The pink iridescent shimmer is very fine, but in the sunlight, it just pops on through. Oh my God, like, it is just glorious. I'm usually not big on like multi-chrome polishes, but you add some sparkle into the mix. You give me a very intense, shifty look on the nail, and then, you know, I can dig it. I can work with it. And Victorian Varnish is an amazing brand with an amazing formula. If you are looking for a multi-chrome that is sparkly and has so many different shifts, this is your polish, guys. This is going to be it. Pictured are 2 coats of Victorian Varnish Ambivalence with a glossy top coat. And here we have Zombie Claw, and this is called Squashioning, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 100 bottles. They are continuing their Powerpuff Girls series, inspired by Mutant Squash. This one has a sheer brown base with electric gold shimmer. Now, when I originally saw this one in the bottle, I was like, not a me polish, and then I swatched it, and I was like, okay, I think this is definitely a me polish. This is something that's going to look glorious out in the daylight. It looks beautiful in indirect light as well because we're getting the electric gold shimmer. Zombie Claw in electric anything shimmer. It's just like, I feel like it's like their signature pigment, I swear, because when they throw it in their polishes, it just looks absolutely stunning. This one straight up reminds me of Thanksgiving. I mean, squash, mutant squash, it's squash, but a beautiful squash on the nails. You get like this very lovely glow from within, and I think it's that electric gold shimmer that we're seeing. I love the slight like darker shifts that we're seeing. I see a little bit of red in there too, like in indirect lighting, but it could just be my eyes, but you guys let me know. I don't know, I feel like I'm getting glimpses of like a little bit of red, but love this one. Didn't think that it was going to be a me polish, but I'm definitely obsessed. All right, guys, I do have some favorites or some standouts. I have them on my lap. First one being from Victorian Varnish, and this one is Ambivalence. Love this duochrome effect. Duochrome, multichrome, yeah. But look at the beautiful shifts. Like, can you guys, what I'm seeing in the bottle is what you are seeing on camera. Usually it can be hard to pick up on shifts. Sometimes I see something and then on camera you guys see another thing, but what you're seeing and what I'm seeing is the same exact thing. Like, look how beautiful that is. Cracked polish, and this is Uplift. Really enjoyed the formulation of this polish and just the color. This is a beautiful, like, winter holiday color. And then Jen and Berries, this one is, there was a button, I pushed it. Jen and Berries, their polish names have been cracking me up. But this is beautiful. I love the hollow flakies in here. And again, just, I'm all about the shifts this month. This is super shifty. I have BCB Lacquers, and this is We're All in This Together. This is their charity polish. Love the formula, love the color. It was just so smooth and velvety. Another beautiful winter polish. And then the last one I have is by Dany Vianna. I love a simple crelly, and I especially love when there's black flakies in the mix. And I really like the checkered board, like, sort of effect. Really enjoyed this one. I can see this as a manicure and a pedicure. All right, everybody, that is all that I have for you today. Let me know if you are planning on picking up any of these polishes. This is just some of the items that are going to be available. There are so much more. So if you have something else in mind, let me know. I'm always curious about what is catching everyone's eyes. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one.